The moment has arrived. All of my teeth are now out, and you'll get the big reveal right after the break. Welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. Let's go! Yes, hello, and welcome to this first episode of Gummy Mr. Francy. Let's do the big reveal, get it out the way, because the longer I stay away from filming, the longer I'm gonna stay away from filming. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone! And welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. I'm, of course, Mr. Francy, and I'm truly honored that you've once again chosen to join me today, as today I'm going to be discussing with you how things have been going for me. This is just a vlog. It's not a reading vlog or anything like that, although if I do talk a little bit about reading, then yeah, I know no one will mind. So grab yourself a nice drink. Something good to eat. And let's discuss. Okay. So, Gummy Mr. Francy is here, and all those times I joked about going, it's actually arrived, and I have just, it's been a tough journey, I'm not gonna lie. For those of you who are new, hello and welcome. I hope you can understand me. From what I'm being told, I do have a little bit of a lisp, but you should still be able to understand what it is that I'm saying, so that's good. For those of you who are new, I was born with a congenital disorder known as ameliogenesis imperfecta. What that means is that I was born with no enamel on my teeth. This not only left my teeth vulnerable and sensitive, as far as, yeah, like, I was in a lot of pain constantly with my teeth, let me tell you. There were some sprints I did back in the day, y'all, that, I was in a lot of pain and did everything to not show it. I can admit that now. I was like, let's not show that I'm in pain. Let's just smile. I remember that. Yeah, but anyway, my teeth are now out. Yeah, so not only sensitivity, but also prone to breakage. My teeth are all gone. I no longer have ameliogenesis imperfecta. Yay! But what I do have is no teeth whatsoever, and a horrible lisp, which I've never had a lisp before, so, I mean, I've become Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors. Oh, Seymour! I purposefully put on a lisp there when I said that. Seymour! Oh, Seymour! But, you know, it is what it is, and if you can't laugh at yourself, then, you know, what can you laugh at? Look, in this vlog, I'm just going to take you through, it's going to be very casual, it's going to be very here and there, it's not going to be very cohesive, but I just wanted to put out my first video without teeth because that would help me to know that if I can do this, I can do anything. I can come back and do my reading blogs. I can do my responding to your comments. I can discuss new releases that are coming up for Cozy Mysteries. I can try very hard to not have S in any word. I can try very hard not to have F in any word. I woke up yesterday and I said out loud verbally to myself, okay, get up. And I went, oh, it was all a dream. And then I realized, no, the words okay, get up, don't have an S or an F in them anywhere. Okay, so for those of you who are new, very quick backstory. So because of the ameliogenesis imperfecta, I was trying to do everything I could to deal with the situation. And ultimately what I found out, and this was something I've been researching for quite a while, many years. I would say at least 10 years, if not more. What I found out was the best solution would be to extract all of my teeth and replace them with something. Personally, for me, I would absolutely prefer to put in dental implants as opposed to dentures, but my current situation has me only being able to put in dentures, and so I will eventually get upper and lower. When I first started getting these extractions, I wanted to because there were going to be multiple surgeries, so that I could have time to recover. So I wanted to start with teeth that wouldn't affect my speaking as much. So, you know, like bottom right hand side, bottom left hand side, top right hand side, top left hand side, I think. And then that was the first 4 to try and keep at least the middle as much as I could. And then eventually I took out the bottom teeth and just had the top, but still with just the top 7 in the center, I was still able to talk a lot better than I am now. On Tuesday, I went back and had my final lot of extractions and felt really weird. Yeah, so I've been having this male dentist that I saw for all of the extractions except for this most recent one. And it's interesting because the dentist that I have for this most recent one was the first dentist that I saw that I did the initial consultation with. And she was really lovely. The male dentist, he was so good at what he did, but his bedside manner left a lot to be desired. Whenever we were done, it was very much I hate to say the words wham bam thank you ma'am, but you know, he would take the teeth out and then go, okay, you can go, bye-bye. I'm like, okay, you are so nice. I'm just full of warm cozies. You are absolutely. Oh my gosh, you're like a big tea bear, not. And then, so I was used to that. And then when I went to this female dentist on Tuesday, there were some issues that I experienced. One of them being I started shaking quite a lot. And I said to her, I'm just a bit concerned because I'm shaking, but I don't know why. Because by this point, I was used to the whole process of step 1 into numbing, which they use this like padding thing to numb initially. Then they give you a needle, like a massive injection to numb you. So it's 2 lots of numbing. So I'm so used to that. And the fact that I'm not going to be in pain, there'll just be a little bit of pressure as they take the teeth out. So I'm going, why am I shaking? I'm just so confused. Why is it happening? And she said, it's adrenaline. It's normal. It's actually part of the, what we've given you. It, can sometimes have a reaction of an adrenaline rush. So it's just adrenaline that you're dealing with. It's okay. And so, yeah, I wasn't concerned to the point I was shaking. I was concerned because I was shaking, if that makes sense. And then when it was all done, she said, how are you feeling? I said, I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded. She goes, oh, that's okay. You just lay there and we'll see how things go. And my first thought was, wait, we just lay here? I mean, that's so lovely. That's not what I'm used to. And then slowly but surely, to cut a long story short, I eventually got up and, you know, left the room, and the dentist came with me, and because she had asked me, how are you getting home? And I said, I'm going to organize an Uber to take me home. And fortunately, I live like less than a 10-minute drive from the dentist. So that's good. And she took me out into the waiting area, and there was this guy there, that was a guide or something for the dentistry. And she said, okay, he's going to keep an eye on you. And then I sat down and she whispered to him. So I assume she said, keep an eye on this one, because if he faints, we're going to have issues or whatever. So I ordered the Uber, and when it was a minute away, I said to the guy, look, my Uber is literally arriving now. I'm just going to go out and get the Uber, but I'll be okay. He goes, are you sure? Are you sure you're okay? Do you need me to come with you? I'm like, I'm not used to this. Like, look, no, I will. I'll be okay. So I got into the Uber, and one of the toughest things for me is not being able to speak. And after any form of dental surgery that involves extractions, you have gauze put into your mouth, and the gauze makes it even harder to speak. So I got into the Uber with this stranger, someone I didn't know, and I'm just like, because the gauze was so massive that it was partially coming out of my mouth, and I'm like, and I said, I'm trying hard to formulate the words, going, I just came out of surgery. He goes, it's totally fine. You just relax. We'll get you home. I thought, thank God, whoever's looking out for me, thank you, because I did not want to be talking this whole way home. So anyway, came home. dealt with the horrible 20 minutes of having the gauze in my mouth. Let me tell you, everyone is different. And there are people out there that fear the dentist, and I totally understand why. I don't fear the dentist, because I think for me, what the dentist was doing for me was a massive favor. They were taking away my ameliogenesis imperfecta. So I looked forward to going, because I knew that the more times I went, the more we were actually dealing with this and getting it done. But the most horrible thing for me about the dental experience is the freaking gauze in my mouth, which says a lot, because, you'd think, his fear will be when they're extracting the teeth. I have trypanophobia, which is in my opinion, rational, according to DSM-4, it's irrational, but in my opinion, rational fear of needles. So maybe you would think, my biggest fear would be having the needle in my gums, but no, I got used to that. That was fine. It was the freaking gauze, because I always want people to understand me. And, I would leave the dentist going, beep, 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 beep. So anyway, you have to keep the gauze in your mouth for at least 20 minutes. So I had gotten into a pattern, gotten into a habit, I should say, of leaving the dentist's office and starting the stopwatch on my phone, because the moment it would get to 20 minutes when I would definitely be back home, I could take the gauze out of my mouth and try to talk even a little, just to myself, just to think, how bad is this? Well, with all of the other appointments, aside from this one, it was so much better than I imagined. When I took the gauze out this time and started talking, I was like, oh my goodness, I sound horrible. I definitely look like gummy Mr. Francy. Yeah, and I'm still trying very hard to get used to it. I have not left the house since that day, and today is Thursday, so it hasn't been that long, but on Monday I have a doctor's appointment. I have been experiencing a lot of lethargy and lack of energy lately, so on Monday, the day before my dentist surgery, I got a blood test to find out exactly what's going on, because I want to try and conquer this lethargy. So anyway, I'm saying that because aside from just getting in the Uber, going to the dentist, getting in the Uber, going home, the last time I went out and was walking somewhere was to my doctor's on Monday. I haven't left the house since then, and I have a follow-up appointment this coming Monday for those blood test results, which is really weird, because they sent me a text. If anyone's had blood tests before and you got a text message about it, explain this to me. In the text message, they said something like, we need you to make an appointment for your non-urgent blood test results. Now, non-urgent, does that mean it's totally fine and there's nothing to worry about? Like, why would they specifically say non-urgent? I mean, time will tell. But yeah, I do feel a bit vulnerable, and I'm glad that I at least have, today, tomorrow, the weekend, and then I go out. While I was at my doctor's appointment, I had to apply for a medical certificate exemption. I'm currently on what Americans would know best as Social Security. We don't call it that here in Australia, but it's like a welfare situation. And in exchange for that welfare, there are certain requirements that you have, and one of them is to look for work, and others that include to do voluntary work. But I went into a bit of a panic mode with Mama Francy last night, because I was saying, if I have to go and do voluntary work in this state, you should have seen me. I was crying. I wasn't hyperventilating, but my heart was racing. I was saying, Mum, I seriously, I don't care. I'm going to claim I have COVID and put a mask on my mouth, because I'm not going to work like this as Gummy Francy. It's not going to happen. And, so I submitted the medical exemption certificate on Monday, and normally should have heard something by yesterday. I didn't hear anything at all. So today I checked when I woke up and still hadn't heard anything. So I rung Social Security and said to the guy, I'm so sorry, but before we begin, and explain the situation, like, I have no teeth left as of Tuesday, so you might find it hard to understand me. He goes, listen, mate. He was so lovely. It's like, listen, the guy, he's like, listen, mate, I actually have a plate in my mouth, so if you're going to get anyone to understand, it's me. And I can understand you. He said, you have no teeth left at all? I said, no, I have no teeth left at all. He goes, that's fantastic. Because given you have no teeth left at all, I can still very much understand what you're saying. And your lisp isn't too big for me to not understand what you're saying. So you're actually doing really, really well. And he was really nice. Anyway, good news was he told me, thank whoever's looking out for me, that the medical certificate was approved. Yay! So now I have until the 20th of September to just relax and recover, which I really appreciate because I get it. Like, I am someone who, I always want to be there for others. I always want to help other people. I see the world in a bigger picture type way. If I were to do voluntary work, I wouldn't necessarily see the job, especially if it was in customer service, as the job itself that I'm doing, but more as the job I'm doing, yes, but also I'm there to help and assist customers and, on a really big level. Like, I'm interacting with people and I want them to leave with a smile on their face or as much as they can. I've always loved customer service for that reason. It's the opportunity to turn someone's day around and make them feel better and all those sorts of things. But, can you imagine Gummy Francy being like, I can help you? I can't even say it without laughing. Like, I can help you. Like, who is this crazy person? Get him away from me. Yeah, so anyway, I am now on a waiting list that is a priority waiting list. The reason why it's a priority is because of the amelogenesis imperfecta. So this was I did not have to have my teeth extracted because I did something wrong. And I'm not judging anyone who has to have teeth extracted because they did the wrong thing. I'm just saying in a neutral, factual way. My teeth had to be extracted because of something I was born with. There's nothing I could have done about it. And so because of that, I'm putting a priority waiting list for those dentures, which I appreciate. However, even though it's a priority waiting list, it's going to be anywhere from 1 to 8 months until I get the dentures. So at least with these 3 months, if I don't have it by the end of that, I will apply for another certificate. And the guy I spoke to on the phone from social services said to me, listen, we will approve you. Next time, if you want to get a 6-month certificate, get a 6-month one. Because my doctor had said to me, we should get 3-month certificates. So I already had one while I was going through the process, and this is my second 3-month. And my doctor said if we make it a 6-month certificate, it'll complicate things with social services. And the guy said to me, no, that's incorrect. We now know exactly what's going on with you. We can see the consistency. Next time you go, if you do need to get another one, get a 6-month one. We will approve it, I promise you. So I'm like, oh, that's good to know. I mean, I don't want to be away from the work that I know I need to do, which, for me is, it's what I talk about on my channel all the time. I want to be kind. I want to, spread love and positivity and sparkling energy. I want to interact with people and leave them in a better place than they were before they interacted with me. And, you can call that what you want to call that, but for me, I have such love and compassion for humanity that I want to help them as much as I can. So one of the toughest things for me is putting this embargo on myself of I can't help people out there in the world until this is done. I have to be a word that I'm not, which is I have to be selfish right now and just recover first, then get the pearly whites put in, then smile and buy a ton of glitter because in my fantasy world, I have a pouch of glitter on my side and I'm like, woo, welcome, I'm Mr. Francy. Can you imagine? They'll probably run away from that too, like, who is this freak? But, just positivity. Woo! Glitter, glitter, glitter. Welcome. I will change your life. And they're probably thinking, yeah, for the worst, but but you know what I mean. Yeah, a dear friend of mine once said to me, we laugh so that we don't cry sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about crying. Man, woman, boy, girl, cat, dog, whatever it is. If you need to cry, cry. because crying is cathartic and it is so therapeutic and will absolutely help you. But sometimes it is easier to laugh rather than cry, because if I've been through a lot of things in my life, not just this, a lot of other things. And what I've come to realize about myself is if on certain occasions I don't choose to laugh rather than cry, then by now I would be in the fetal position in the corner, just, shaking. And I don't want to do that. I am here to, lift my heart and promote positive, sparkling energy to help. And, there's so much I want to say, but I think you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. I just want to help humanity, but I just can't right now. So I just need to breathe and say, it's okay, Mr. Francy, you're allowed to rest up. It's okay. But I want to help people, but it's okay. But here we are. And honestly, I didn't think I would be here on camera 2 days after the surgery, given my reaction when I first took the gauze out of my mouth on Tuesday. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to completely go dark on booktube because no one's gonna want to see Gummy Mr. Francy. No one's gonna want to hear Gummy Mr. Francy. People are going to be adversely affected by Gummy Mr. Francy, which, as you can see, the word selfish is just not in my nature. It's not about, what's the word? I can't think of it. It's not about vanity for me. It's about how it will affect, how what I do will affect others. And so my thought was, oh my God, people are going to get scared. They're going to be grossed out by the look. They're going to freak out. And I will have caused that freak out. So I can't be on booktube anymore. And now here we are. Because gosh darn it, I'm allowed to be on booktube, Gummy Francy and all. Okay? So here we are. I hope you can understand me. If you can, please give this video a massive thumbs up, because that thumbs up will tell me we can understand you, Mr. Francy, and please keep doing videos, because I want to keep doing videos. I want to keep inspiring people to spread love and positivity. I want to keep inspiring people to pick up books, especially cozy mysteries, because seriously, I've been having an amazing time going onto the booktube side of things. I've been having an amazing time with my reading lately. It has not only kept me going, but it has kept me very, very, very happy. The last book that I finished, I gave an overwhelming 5 stars to it. The current book that I'm reading is on track to get 5 stars. These cozies are just amazing books, and I really appreciate the fact that I have these books on me to consume while going through something that is arguably very tough to go through. So I want to keep going. I want to keep being here on booktube. I think I'm going to end this here for the moment, because one of the things I've realized is the more that I talk, the more I need to rest my gums a little bit. So I'm going to leave this here. At least you'll have your update as far as hello and welcome. I'm Gummy Mr. Francy. At least I'm not going at least I am saying words that you can hopefully understand. And I'll definitely be back soon when I can. I don't know when. Just give me a couple of days, and then I'll do a reading vlog and catch everyone up, and we'll go from there. But this is where things are for the moment. Gummy Mr. Francy saying so much peace, joy, love, and happiness to all, and I will see you all very, very soon. You know what I always ask, and I'm gonna ask it whether I'm Gummy Mr. Francy or not. Please, as always, do be kind, do love one another, and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world, yeah! And until next time, happy reading, bye everyone!